Well, they are the leaders representing nearly half of the world's population. Leaders of the member states of the expanded Shanghai Cooperation Organization are meeting in the Chinese coastal city of Qingdao. The Chinese President Xi Jinping welcomed the leaders of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization member states. This is the second day of the summit. The leaders are holding a restricted session. Trade, terror, economic cooperation are the issues which are on top of the agenda. The leaders of these nations, which represent nearly well over 20% of the global GDP, are meeting for the first time since the group was expanded last year, which went on to include India and Pakistan as well. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be addressing the plenary session and will also meet with the presidents of Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan later in the day.
Our sincere gratitude to you all. The Qingdao Summit is the SCO's first summit since its enlargement last year. It is an important occasion to review the past and usher in the future. Let us welcome Mr. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, and Mr. Mamnoon Hussain, President of Pakistan, who are joining us for the first time as heads of SCO member states. I believe, with joint efforts, the Qingdao Summit will be a full success. According to the agenda, the heads of member states and heads of SCO permanent bodies will speak first. And then we shall hear the remarks from the heads of observer states and Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations. Lastly, the leaders of the member states shall attend the documents signing ceremony and jointly meet the press.
Right, so this is the important session which is presently underway in the Chinese port city of Qingdao in China. It is China which, of course, is playing host to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And this is, of course, an expanded group which last year included India and Pakistan as full-time members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
It is an occasion for us to review our organization's remarkable journey and important achievements. Over the past 17 years, guided by the SCO Charter and the Treaty on Long-Term Good Neighborliness, Friendship and Cooperation between the member states of the SCO, we have forged a constructive partnership featuring non-alliance, non-confrontation, and not targeting any third party. In doing so, we have achieved a major breakthrough in the theories and practices of international relations, created a new model for regional cooperation, and made new contribution to peace and development in our region. Today, the SCO stands as a comprehensive regional cooperation organization that covers the largest area and population in the world. Its members account for about 20% of the global economy and 40% of its population. The SCO has 4 observer states and 6 dialogue partners, as well as extensive cooperation linkages with the United Nations and other international and regional organizations. With its ever-rising international influence, the SCO has become an important force for promoting global peace and development and upholding international justice and fairness. The SCO enjoys strong vitality and momentum of cooperation. This, in the final analysis, is attributed to the Shanghai spirit, a creative vision initiated and followed through by the SCO that champions mutual trust, mutual benefit, equality consultation, respect for diversity of civilizations, and pursuit of common development. The Shanghai spirit, transcending outdated concepts such as clash of civilizations, Cold War, and zero-sum mentality, has opened a new page in the history of international relations and gained increasing endorsement of the international community. Dear colleagues, Mencius, another ancient Chinese philosopher, observed, when Confucius looks down from the peak of Dongshan Mountain, the local kingdom of Lu comes into view. When he looks down from the peak of Mount Tai, the whole land comes into view. As the world is undergoing major development, transformation, and adjustment, we must stand high, look far, and keep pace with the underlying trend of the world and our times. To push for more progress of human civilization. While hegemony and power politics still persist in this world, the growing call for a more just and equitable international order must be heeded. Greater democracy in international relations has become an unstoppable trend of the times. While traditional and non-traditional security threats keep emerging, the force for peace will prevail. For security and stability are what people long for. While unilateralism, trade protectionism, and backlash against globalization are taking new forms, in this global village of ours, where countries, interests, and future are so interconnected, the pursuit of cooperation for mutual benefit represents a surging trend. While we keep hearing such rhetoric as the clash of civilizations or the superiority of one civilization over another, it is the diversity of civilizations that sustains human progress. Indeed, mutual learning between different cultures is a shared aspiration of all peoples. Dear colleagues, the world today faces both opportunities and challenges. The road ahead, bumpy as it may be, will lead to a promising future. We should stay committed to the Shanghai spirit, surmount difficulties, diffuse risks, and meet challenges head-on. We should uphold innovative, coordinated, green, open, and inclusive development, achieve coordinated social and economic progress of various countries, and resolve issues caused by unbalanced development. We should bridge the gap in development and promote shared prosperity. We should pursue common, comprehensive, cooperative, and sustainable security. We should reject the Cold War mentality and confrontation between blocs and oppose the practices of seeking absolute security of oneself at the expense of others. This is a sure way to achieve security of all. We should promote open and inclusive cooperation for win-win outcomes. We should reject self-centered, short-sighted, and closed-door policies. We should uphold WTO rules and support the multilateral trading system so as to build an open world economy.
We should champion equality, mutual learning, dialogue, and inclusiveness between cultures. It is important that we overcome cultural misunderstanding through exchanges, overcome cultural clash through mutual learning, and overcome cultural supremacy with coexistence. We should embrace extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits in global governance. We should reform and improve the global governance system and work with all other countries to build a community with a shared future for mankind. Dear colleagues, the Shanghai spirit is our shared asset, and the SCO is our shared home. We should, guided by the Shanghai spirit, work closely to build an SCO community with a shared future, move toward a new type of international relations, and build an open, inclusive, clean, and beautiful world that enjoys lasting peace, universal security, and common prosperity. To this end, I would like to propose the following. First, we need to build up strength of unity and mutual trust. We should ensure full implementation of the Qingdao Declaration, the outline for the implementation of the Treaty on Long-Term Good Neighborliness, Friendship and Cooperation, and other documents. We should respect each other's choice of development paths and accommodate each other's core interests and major concerns. We should enhance mutual understanding by putting ourselves in others' positions and boost harmony and unity by seeking common ground and setting aside differences. This will enhance the cohesion and appeal of our organization. Second, we need to strengthen the foundation for shared peace and security. We need to actively implement the 2019 to 2021 program of cooperation for combating terrorism, separatism, and extremism, continue to conduct the peace mission and other joint counterterrorism exercises, and enhance cooperation on defense security, law enforcement security, and information security. We need to give full play to the role of the SCO Afghanistan Contact Group to facilitate peace and reconstruction in Afghanistan. In the next 3 years, through China National Institute for SCO International Exchange and Judicial Cooperation and other platforms, China offers to train 2,000 law enforcement officers for all parties to enhance law enforcement capacity building. Third, we need to build a powerful engine to achieve common development and prosperity. We should increase complementarity of our respective development strategies, and under the principle of delivering shared benefits through extensive consultation and joint contribution, continue to advance the Belt and Road development, accelerate regional trade facilitation, and step up the implementation of the Agreement on International Road Transport Facilitation and other cooperation documents. China will welcome all parties to the first China International Import Expo to be held in Shanghai in November this year. The Chinese government supports the opening of a demonstration area in Qingdao for China SCO local economic and trade cooperation and will set up a committee of legal services for SCO member states to provide legal support for business cooperation. In this connection, I hereby announce that China will, within the framework of the SCO Interbank Consortium, set up an RMB 30 billion equivalent special lending facility. Fourth, we need to forge closer ties through cultural and people-to-people exchanges. We should actively implement the outline for environmental protection cooperation and other documents, ensure the continued success of such well-recognized programs as the Youth Exchange Camp, and secure solid progress in cooperation in education, science and technology, culture, tourism, health, disaster relief, and media. In the next 3 years, China will provide 3,000 training opportunities for human resources development of SCO member states to enhance public understanding of and support for the SCO family. China offers to provide meteorological service to all parties using its Fengyun 2 weather satellites. Fifth, we need to expand partnership networks of international cooperation. By intensifying exchanges and cooperation with SCO observer states, dialogue partners, and other countries in our region, by enhancing partnerships with the UN and other international and regional organizations, and by engaging in dialogue with the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and other international financial institutions, we can contribute our share to resolving hotspot issues and improving global governance. Dear colleagues, thanks to the support and assistance of all the other SCO member states over the past year, China has completed its SCO presidency and hosted this summit. Here, I wish to express my sincere thanks to you all. China will maintain active, practical, and friendly cooperation with other SCO member states to ensure the full implementation of the consensus at this summit and support Kyrgyzstan in its SCO presidency. Let us join hands to create an even brighter future for the SCO. Thank you. That is my statement. I now give the floor to Prime Minister Modi of India.
Of years, the geographical region represented by the SCO has been a source for inspiration for physical, scientific, philosophical, spiritual, and cultural progress for the whole world. Gautam Buddha and Confucius, Emperor Ashoka and the Tang dynasty, Samarkand and Bukhara, Nalanda and Takshila, Hyun Sang and Kashyap Matang, Al-Biruni and Aryabhat, Mahatma Gandhi and Tolstoy, Rumi and Kalidas. There are countless great people who have nourished the minds of mankind all over the world, just like the Ganges and the Volga nourished its people. The fragrance of these flowers of our shared legacy fill the air everywhere in the world because thousands of years ago, our ancestors filled geographical distances with the bridges of communication and cooperation. Today, once again, we are at a
क्योंकि हजारों साल पहले हमारे पूर्वजों ने भौगोलिक बाधाओं को संपर्क और सहयोग के सेतु से पार दिया। आज हम फिर एक ऐसे मुकाम पर हैं जहां भौतिक और डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी भूगोल की परिभाषा बदल रही है। इसलिए विशेषकर एससीओ क्षेत्र में हमारे पड़ोसियों के साथ कनेक्टिविटी भारत की प्राथमिकता है। हम ऐसे नए कनेक्टिविटी प्रोजेक्ट का स्वागत करते हैं जो समावेशी, सस्टेनेबल और पारदर्शी हो और जो देशों की संप्रभुता और क्षेत्रीय अखंडता का सम्मान करे। इस क्षेत्र में कनेक्टिविटी के लिए हमारी प्रतिबद्धता इंटरनेशनल नॉर्थ साउथ ट्रांसपोर्ट का विकास और अशगाबाद एग्रीमेंट जैसे विशिष्ट प्रोजेक्ट्स में हमारी सक्रिय सहभागिता में दिखाई देती है। हमारे क्षेत्र का इतिहास गवाह है कि कनेक्टिविटी का अर्थ सिर्फ भौतिक संपर्क नहीं होता, उसको मानवीय पक्ष भी उतने ही महत्वपूर्ण होते हैं। इसलिए पीपल टू पीपल संबंध और विचारों का आदान प्रदान भी हमारी उतनी ही प्राथमिकता होनी चाहिए। अतः एससीओ और कॉमन होम तथा डेज ऑफ ओपन डोर्स जैसी पहलों का हम स्वागत करते हैं। परस्पर बेहतर संपर्क के लिए चीन की अध्यक्षता में शुरू किए गए एससीओ फिल्म फेस्टिवल और एससीओ वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज एग्जीबिशन भी सराहनीय प्रयास है। भारत में विदेशी यात्रियों का केवल 6% एससीओ देशों से आता है। इसको आसानी से दोगुना किया जा सकता है। हमारी साझा और संपन्न सांस्कृतिक विरासत के बारे में जागरूकता एससीओ देशों और भारत के बीच पर्यटन को बढ़ावा दे सकती है। अतः हम एक एससीओ फूड फेस्टिवल और साझा बुद्धिस्ट हेरिटेज की प्रदर्शनी का भारत में आयोजन करेंगे। भारत अपने विदेशी संबंधों में भी विकास के लिए सहयोग को प्राथमिकता देता रहा है। स्किल डेवलपमेंट, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग और ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट में सहयोग पर हमारा विशेष फोकस है। अतः एससीओ देशों, खासकर मध्य एशिया के देशों के साथ द्विपक्षीय तथा एससीओ फ्रेमवर्क में इन क्षेत्रों में सहयोग करने में हमें बेहद खुशी होगी। ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, डेयरी एंड एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, सॉइल टेस्टिंग, वाटर कंजर्वेशन, एग्रीकल्चरल एजुकेशन एंड एग्रो प्रोसेसिंग, अच्छी, प्रभावी और सस्ती दवाओं, मेडिकल सुविधाओं, मेडिकल और वेलनेस टूरिज्म में भारत की क्षमता से लाभ, इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, फाइनेंस और मैनेजमेंट, स्पेस एप्लीकेशन जैसे रिसोर्स मैपिंग, नैनो सैटेलाइट्स बनाना और उन्हें इंडियन स्पेस व्हीकल के माध्यम से छोड़ना, और इसके लिए एससीओ देशों के यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट्स के साथ सहयोग, पेट्रोकेमिकल्स इंजीनियरिंग में एससीओ कंट्रीज के कार्मिकों का प्रशिक्षण तथा उन्नत एनवायरमेंट प्रोटेक्शन टेक्नोलॉजीज, रिन्यूएबल तथा क्लीन एनर्जी, एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी एवं इंटरनेशनल सोलर अलायंस के फ्रेमवर्क में सहयोग। एक्सेलेंसीज, मैं एक अन्य महत्वपूर्ण विषय को संक्षेप में स्पर्श करना चाहूंगा। अफगानिस्तान की स्थिति हमारे साझा क्षेत्र में अतिवाद और आतंकवाद के कुपरिणामों का एक दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण उदाहरण है। मैं आशा करता हूं कि राष्ट्रपति गनी ने जिस भावना से शांति के लिए एक बार फिर से साहसिक कदम उठाए हैं, उस भावना का सम्मान सभी पक्ष करेंगे। हम सबकी यह जिम्मेदारी है कि विगत में जिन कारणों से अफगानिस्तान की एकता, अखंडता, संप्रभुता, विविधता और लोकतंत्र पर आंच आई है, उन्हें न दोहराया जाए। एससीओ के तत्वाधान में अफगानिस्तान के लिए कॉन्टैक्ट ग्रुप में भारत सक्रिय भूमिका निभाएगा। एक्सेलेंसीज, सुरक्षा यानी सिक्योरिटी हमारी प्राथमिकता है। समग्र रूप से हमारे क्षेत्र को सिक्योर करने के लिए मेरे विचार से 6 महत्वपूर्ण आयाम है। इनका संक्षिप्त रूप अंग्रेजी का शब्द सिक्योर यानी SECURE होता है। एस से मेरा मतलब है सिक्योरिटी ऑफ आवर सिटीजन्स, ई से मेरा मतलब है इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट फॉर ऑल, सी से कनेक्टिंग द रीजन, यू से यूनाइटेड आवर पीपल, आर से रिस्पेक्ट फॉर sovereignty and integrity, E से environment protection. मैं मानता हूं कि इन दिशाओं में सार्थक सहयोग से ही हमारा SCO सही मायनों में सेफ एंड कनेक्टेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बन सकेगा। एक्सेलेंसी, मैं आगामी वर्ष में किर्गिस्तान को SCO की चेयरमैनशिप के लिए बधाई देता हूं, साथ ही पूर्ण सहयोग का भी आश्वासन देता हूं। ये हमारी 18th समिट है। मैं आग्रह करूंगा कि 25th SCO समिट सिल्वर जुबिली जब हम मनाएंगे तो हम अभी से मिलकर के कोई लक्ष्य तय करें और 25th समिट सिल्वर जुबिली के तक कुछ गोल हम अचीव करने का निर्णय करें, एक छोटी कमेटी बनकर के एक रोड मैप बनाएं, तो मैं समझता हूं कि एक टाइम बाउंड फ्रेमवर्क के तहत हमें नई सफलताओं प्राप्त करने का अवसर मिलेगा। मैं हमारे मेजबान प्रेसिडेंट शी को इस बैठक के सफल सौहार्दपूर्ण आयोजन के लिए एक बार फिर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं। एक्सेलेंसीज, रमजान के पवित्र महीने और आने वाली ईद के लिए मेरी आप सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं हैं। इस संदर्भ में मैं हमारे क्षेत्र में शांति, समृद्धि और सद्भाव की भी कामना करता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
感谢莫迪总理的发言。那个共和国总统纳扎尔巴耶夫先生发言。
Nazarbayev of Kazakhstan to take the floor.
尊敬的习近平先生，
Your Excellency,
尊敬的各国元首们，
Xi Jinping,
女士们、先生们，
distinguished
请允许我对中国国家主席的热情接待
First, I would like
以
to
及
thank
一如既往的高水平筹备上合峰会表示感谢。我相信此次峰会的成果将有助于在上合阿斯塔纳峰会上扩员后的上合组织8国的进一步发展。尊敬的同志们，现在我想
I believe this SCO Summit held after the enlargement of SCO in Astana Summit will be a full success and help promote SCO's development. Dear colleagues, for my speech, I would like to talk about
And joining me live on the program is our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. Siddhant, we just heard the Prime Minister speak at the SCO Summit here. Quite a significant moment. Your takeaway.
Well, the biggest takeaway remains connectivity. India raising the point which it has been raising on the Chinese connectivity projects, that connectivity is welcome. India welcomes connectivity, but connectivity not at the cost of sovereignty, not at the cost of making countries go in debt. Basically saying that connectivity projects should be open. A long paragraph on connectivity focusing on how connectivity should link the countries not only geographically but also culturally and in other ways also. So that is the big takeaway, though the Indian Prime Minister also talked about other initiatives. In his trademark style, he came up with an abbreviation also, but focus was also on the regional issues such as Afghanistan. He said that he welcomes the Afghan president's initiative, and he hopes that everyone respects that. That basically says on the Ramzan ceasefire that has been announced by the Afghan president, Mr. Ghani, and the Taliban also welcoming it and saying that for 3 days they will be following that ceasefire. So basically the big focus being on connectivity, but other than that, Afghanistan also being focused. Remember, there is an SCO contact group within the SCO grouping on Afghanistan. That is a key feature of the entire grouping, but focus remains on how this grouping can emerge as a grouping that can make a major mark in the world affairs currently when the global geopolitical order is going through a rapid change in every sense possible. And if you look at the Chinese president's speech, because he started the entire summit plenary session started with his speech, in which he particularly said something very important. He said that outdated concepts like clashes of civilization and Cold War mentality is gaining international traction, which basically makes a comment that the United Nations and the ongoing tiff between the West and Russia. And remember, Russia is part of this grouping. Russia and China both part of this grouping. It's basically a China-led grouping. And I was talking about how the entire plenary session started with the Chinese president talking about the Cold War mentality being prevalent these days. And we have seen global geopolitical situation pretty much volatile narrative between Russia and the West. Remember, this is a major grouping. This is now a major grouping because two of the most populous countries in the world are now part of it. And the entire, if you look at the entire Asian map, China, India, Russia, and Pakistan part of the grouping, plus the 5 Central Asian countries which have been resource-rich countries. And now soon we'll get to hear the Pakistani president also. Remember, this summit is being held after both India and Pakistan became the members. So this is the first summit for India, first full-fledged members. They're seeing this summit, and focus will be on terror also. We will be waiting for the joint communique that will be released after the summit gets over. But focus as of now, after the two leaders have spoken. Remember, Indian Prime Minister spoke immediately after the Chinese president, and his speech substantially devoted to one issue, the issue of connectivity that has been a worry for India and for many countries in the region, because we have seen predatory policies by China leading to countries being trapped in this debt trap and causing substantial damage. We know the port in Sri Lanka, Sri Lankans had to lease it for 100 days because they couldn't pay the debt. And similar things are happening in Central Asia and many other countries in Southeast Asia. That is something that is worrisome, and that is why the world is now critical of the One Belt, One Road initiative. India, on this part, also recalled its own connectivity projects, such as the Chabahar project, which will be officially opened in coming week. And the Minister of Shipping, Mr. Mansukh Mandaviya, announced this on Twitter just few days before the Prime Minister was to leave for this summit, the SCO Summit. So clearly a lot of things on the table in this summit, and we have even seen the Iranian president taking part. We have seen those visuals. This shows that that will be a major issue. Iran nuclear deal. Remember, the Americans have withdrawn from the deal, and that has not only put pressure on the Iranians, but also got the allies, the European allies, the allies of America, criticizing the Trump administration for this entire withdrawing of from that important deal, which many world powers have said that the Americans should have not withdrawn. So a lot of issues will be discussed in this day-long summit, in which all the leaders, the Central Asian countries, 5 Central Asian countries, India and Russia will be speaking. We know that India and China have already spoken.
Right. Thank you there, Siddhant Sibal, for joining us this morning and giving us all the details.